Okay, before we get the new season underway, confession time. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I applied for the Man City job. It was Mbappe. I just wanted to manage him. They didn't even give me an interview, which was nice. So then I was like, okay, I'm really happy to continue on with AC Milan. I don't think I would have even taken it. It's just that they're rich, and I wanted to see how much money they'd offer me in the old transfer budget. So, so we carried on, waiting for the transfer window to open, doing a bit of scouting, a bit of this, bit of that, yeah. And then the Liverpool job became available. And I can't not apply for the Liverpool job. Liverpool that had just won the Champions League, by the way. And so I was like, I can't, and that their manager had retired. I was like, I've got to apply for it. I'd feel horrible if I didn't. And they didn't offer me an interview. I did say before, I thought we've had a great season, obviously, winning the Serie A, but I think we're not quite top-level manager. We probably need to do one more, maybe have a good run in the Champions League to be the top level. So that sort of made my mind up. But then the Barcelona job became available. So we talked about Barcelona, Real Madrid. So I went for it, and, they didn't offer me an interview. So there was a theme going, but I'm not that bothered, to be honest. We've had... How do I describe this transfer window? Frantic transfer window. We didn't have a massive amount to do, but then there's a certain Milan old boy that we needed to bring home, which then I needed to raise the money for, so we had a big fire sale, everything must go type thing to try and raise the money. Let's have a look then. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to the Journeyman. Okay, let's go to finances first. We've got £80,000 of our budget left, which is good. We are overspending on wages, just slightly, but we did have, I think, 2.9 million. We had to adjust the wages to get the transfer budget up enough to sign the players that we wanted. And also before the start of the season, we were 60 million quid in the red. So the board injected 22 million pounds. And that was part of the reason why I applied for the other jobs, was we haven't got any money. I know we're back in the Champions League. The projection is better now, but I was like, this is slightly worrisome. So let's take you through the transfers then. Lots has happened. Right, let me show you what's happened first, okay? So, the main reason, or the main targets for the transfer window was a little bit more squad depth. We had to replace the retiring defensive midfielder. We needed a left back because the one we had was on loan. And that was kind of it. And I tried to sign Donnarumma before, but they didn't want to sell him. They were asking for 130 million. We've never really had that much money at AC Milan, to be honest. So I'd kind of left it. And then I'd put in an inquiry at the start of the window just to see. He's a year older. He's 32 now, but that's fine for a goalkeeper. Putting in an inquiry for him, and they said no. And what I'll often do is, if I want a player, this is a little tip for you. Put in an inquiry. They said no. And then he was worth 40 million, I think. I just put in a bid, which our transfer budget at the time was 22 million. I just put in a bid of 20 million, non-negotiable, and I fully expect them to reject it, but it'll let me know if the player wants to leave. And the player did want to leave. So then I went back to, he wasn't transfer listed, so I went back to him. I was like, look, let's make a deal. I've only got 20 million, right? So we made a deal for 60 million, I think it was, where it was 20 million up front, 35 million over 2 years or whatever it was, split deal. And I was like, okay, good. 200 grand a week, job done, right? Get it done. And I didn't have the money. I knew we could alter the wage budget, to get some money in, but I still didn't have the money. So basically, I did what I like to call I DFS'd it. Now, DFS, if you don't know, are a furniture company, and they are joked about because everything is on sale all the time. So therefore, you're kind of not a sale, really, is it? But basically, every player that was in my under-20s that was half decent was for sale. So we sold our goalkeeper as the first thing, but the trouble was, because we were in such financial trouble, I was only getting 35% of the money, so it didn't help massively. So Anholder, £1 million, Legramandi, 2.3, and Barga, I didn't want to sell him, but I was just sort of trimming away at my squad, going, who can I sell? The squad's getting smaller and smaller. We don't have a backup winger, by the way. I've gone nuts. I didn't want to sell him, to be honest. He had a good season. But we do have another left to wing back in, and a youngster that's good as well. So I was like, actually, and they were giving me 40% sell-on fee as well, because he's only 18. So I was like, I'll take it. Loaned a couple of players out, a couple of others. One other player I was transfer listed as well. That Luoni, the young striker, tried to sell him for 10 million quid, but nobody wanted him. But he's quite a decent prospect, so I didn't really want to sell him. And then, so it got to the transfer, and I still couldn't afford it. So I delayed it a week, still couldn't afford it, delayed it a week. And then I got the news article that Donnarumma had put in a transfer request. He wants to leave. He was annoyed that he wasn't allowed to leave. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to delay it any longer. So I cancelled it, and then went straight back in. You know, often when it will say, because of failed negotiations, I don't want to speak to you. And I was like, I can't raise any more money. I'm not going to have a squad. So but they transfer listed him for 45 million quid. So I was saving a bit of money there, and I was like, I could just do this over time, spread it over time, adjust the budget, get it done. So we finally got Donnarumma. I didn't have to sell a couple of the youngsters that I think are quite good. So we got it done. We sold £38.5 million worth of players. We bought 64. Obviously, more important than the goalkeeper was our left back. So I'll show you him in a minute. So first off, this guy we actually signed a few months ago, just for the end of the season. Juan Cordoba, who is a very good young Colombian striker. It's like very nice. He's basically just pitched in. He's going to be loaned out to Werder Bremen this year because of the non-EU rule. This is our new left wing back. His name is Vinicio Tomas from Corinthians for 17.25, which is his release clause. It's valued at 36. Bish bash bosh. A 27-year-old Brazilian, non-EU. So that made... We'd already gone over the limit for non-EU, so that made selling the goalkeeper even more important. It was kind of the catalyst for the Donnarumma deal, because Fernando Tassolas is a non-EU, but he's a Brazilian also. So I was like, he's gone to Norwich for 30 million quid. I'm assuming they're in the Premier League, yes. So that was like, okay, I can free up that slot for the non-EU. We're all good. So I think he's a really, really good... He's coming into the prime of his career. He's 4-star current ability. I think that's actually a bit of a steal. He spent his entire career at Corinthians playing very, very well. So I was like, that's nice. Next up, we have, by this time, the Donnarumma deal is starting to go through. I've realised I've got no money whatsoever. I still need to replace the deep line playmaker just as a sort of squad player. And this was actually a really good purchase. Marco Varnier from Dortmund, 600k. He's old. So after rebuilding the squad and getting rid of as many oldies as we could, we then purchased the 33-year-old Italian. But good thing about him, he can play as centre-back as a ball-playing defender, or he can play as that defensive deep-line playmaker as well. He's perfectly built. He's got a shit ton of experience, been at Dortmund for years. So I think he's very, very good. We're paying him a lot of wages, but I was okay paying wages. It was the actual transfer fees that we were having an issue with. And then Gianluigi Donnarumma. In all honesty, we could probably find us... Actually, I was having a really hard time finding goalkeepers that were like top level but wanted to come. So this is not bad. He's 32 years old, 133 caps for Italy now. But we've we brought him home. It just felt right. As soon as I realised it was a possibility, I was like, we've got to do it, boys. We've got to try and get him back home. So, and he wanted to come as well, which is it's beautiful with the champions. He didn't want to come last year when we weren't champions, but now he's like, oh, all right, then go on then, Champions League football. So, a very exciting summer, as you'll agree. I hope you like my little story. The only thing we're missing is that I can't get anybody to play on. I couldn't get anybody in for the right midfield as a backup winger to Gianfranco. But Bachmann is actually a really good winger if we need him to be, and also old man Catrone, who's still at the club, can also play on the right wing just about if we need him to. I went to go and sell him at the start of the transfer window, and then I looked at that and I thought he's got to spend his career here. Like it would be horrible. It's horrible if we get rid of him now. I thought he's got to stay with us. So I'm like, actually, no, not going to sell it. It was only like 5 million for him anyway because he's old and on massive wages and stuff like that. So he's going to be a bit part player this season. We've kept hold of the big names, which is also really important. So we've got plenty of cover. It's a decent. I would have liked 1 or 2 more players, but we had to make our own money, and with only getting 35% of the transfer revenue, that it made it tough. Also, this season we've got Ahmed Hamdi, our Egyptian Mo Salah. The next Mo Salah is coming in. He's going to be our sort of third, fourth choice striker. He should get a bit of game time. Our under-23s has been culled a little bit. Cordoba's gone out, and a couple of our youngsters, the young 16, 17-year-old striker who's got a big future, Lorenzi. He's gone to Monza. You remember Monza? They got relegated twice in a row, but they did bounce back, which is really good because that was looking really bad for a time. So it's good to see them back in Serie B. I'm going to try and get them as a feeder club if I can. Help them out a little bit. But they've got our young 17-year-old, so he should do really well there. And a few. Cordoba's gone out as well. Padotti. Luono's that one I kind of wanted to keep, but we need to try and raise the cash. Our under-18s is not great, to be honest. There's a couple of half-decent prospects, but nobody special. The only other person that's made the squad now is Luigi Marazzo, who's one of our youngsters. Is he come through? Yeah, he came through the youth ranks. That's always good. Homegrown for the old Champions League. And I think that's it. So we've got a squad. we managed. It was stressful. A stressful window. We just got the deals done. Really, it was. I never leave transfers till late. I don't understand why that happens in real life. Just get it done. But it's fine. Nothing to worry about. The good thing is, obviously, Zilocci is 2-footed and can play on both sides. So I don't want to have him as the main backup, really, to Thomas. So that's fine. Zilocci can play on the left-hand side. And Castro, who's developing really nicely, can play on the right-hand side. His physicals are fantastic. Needs to improve going forward a little bit, but he had a solid season. So I'm pretty damn delighted. Bellend is suspended. Varnier is there as well. So we've got Sergio Mbadi, I think we're going to go with. Experience first. And Varnier can go on the bench, unless we've got injuries. Zapata and Capiello. We probably could do with one more, actually, couldn't we? Because Bellend can play as our DM as well. So Varnier is going to start. We are lacking a little bit there. Cover-wise. We've got Franco playing the centre mid. We've got Bellend who can play the DM. But it's... I talked about getting more players in for more depth. We've ended up with less depth. The fact I'm starting to look at the under-20s, just having a look. But we literally can't... We're over our wage budget, and we've got no transfer budget, and we're 16 million quid in debt. So not much we can do. Right, so we're going to go with... Gianfranco is injured with his twisted ankle. Barbarella's injured with the concussion. Okay, so let's go. Bachmann on the right. Ferreira on the leftage. And old man Catrone. Milan legend up front. And then we'll just fill the gap. So we definitely need... We've got 6 players on the bench. We can't even fill a normal bench. But it was worth it. I knew this would be the case, right, with Donnarumma, because I could have just kept the goalkeeper and had 20 million quid to spend. But I was like, nah, got to get Donnarumma in. Whatever the cost, whatever the price we have to pay. It's, definitely looking at the kids again, just in case. Under 19s? Any chance, lads? Anybody? What about you, Carlos? No. What about you? I don't need another goalkeeper. I think we need one more. the transfer window's closed. We're just gonna have to suffer it, right? Pray for no injuries, people. And we've got Champions League football. It's gonna be fine. Right. Who are we playing? Playing Parma. Let's go do it. A quick Brescia check. A very interesting goings-on in Brescia. Not in a good way. They've sold Mamadou Dia, the guy we bought in. He's gone to Valencia for 48 million quid, valued at 62. We bought him for 40. He had a great season for a team battling against relegation, and then they sold him for 8 million quid profit. And... have they spent it? They spent 7.5 million. Who else have they sold? We've got 80 million quid's worth here. Beckers has gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Not Beckers. Good profit, though. Pat on the back for me. Yeah. I don't know who this Fior guy is. That was a new signing last season. Nice profit. Yeah, so... bit of a worry. They signed a few players, but just looking at the outgoings, that's a bit of a worry. Right, let's go, boys. Champions coming back. Yeah. I'm sick. I know I'm 6 substitutes short. It's fine. Oh dear. What I do for Donnarumma. I hope he realises, and I've made him vice captain. I hope he realises what we've had to give up to sign him. It's weird. I'm not used to winning a big league like Serie A, and being a big club, and not really having any money to spend. It's been a slight issue. We need to start well, but it's all going to be good because Donnarumma's in goal. He's old. He can't stretch that far. Okay. It's a good start. Sacked in the morning. Okay. It's fine. Just a little early. He's got to get used to playing with us again. Capiello. Unlucky. Nothing to worry about. We're back to our 0 shots on target again. We can't lose the first game of the season. All right? I refuse it. Go on. Go on, Sergio. Who the fuck is he? Who's Paolo Sergio? Is he the centre-back? I don't know why I didn't know his name. I'm not expecting 2 names. He's a Brazilian with 2 names. What fucking shit is this? Right. I think it's his first goal for the club. I'll take it. Set piece. That's who we are now. Apparently West Brom is who we are. And that's fine. I think we should give Ahmed Hamd. I just like saying Ahmed. Got to be honest. It sounds like I know I know the actual pronunciation. Ahmed. Like the cannon. Going to give a bit more game time this season. The cannon. Developing nicely. Along with the other one as well, the Mazzella. That I've forgotten the name of. All right. Come on, Ahmed. Debut. On his debut. Zapata. Come on, you're on YouTube, buddy. The cannon. Go on the cannon. Go on the cannon. Oh, I thought he was going to hit it. Nice. Capiello. Zalocci. Lovely ball across. Fucking Bachmann. Can't stop him. Doesn't matter where you play, and you can't stop him scoring goals. That was a lovely half volley as well. Bit scrappy to begin with. But this is a nice pass out to Zalocci. He spots the pass, and it's a Di Canio little scissory kick thing. You're going to win the league, lads. I'm telling you. Right? What's happening? Oh, come on, give him the brace. Baddie shoves somebody, apparently. Where's Baddie? There he is. Okay, let's have a look at these amazing Football Manager graphics to see if we can see the push. Yeah, it definitely looked like he just was like this. Yeah, definite push. You could see it. More animation, Sports Interactive. Give us more animations. Maybe an animation of a player pushing another player. Just a thought. Right, go on then, Franco. Got to believe in the youngsters. They're going to get plenty of game time this season from the squad depth we've got. So, need to keep them fit and ready. And joking aside, I know this isn't the perfect transfer window. I know I could, like I said, I didn't need to get Donnarumma in. But he's a legend. He's an amazing goalkeeper, and he's like the best at what he does. But I didn't need to spend all my money. Oh, Ahmed! And I probably should have spent it on probably like 3 marginal players or, a couple of loanies, that sort of thing. But it's much more fun like this because Donnarumma is going to win us points on his own, which might be important because some points this season we might only have 10 men on the pitch and 3 men on the bench. But that's fine. Good tackle, Zalocci. All right, just get the win. Get the win. The good thing is the board don't expect us to win the league this season. Good block. They expect Champions League qualifications, which is all good by me, because I would say we're not, if I had to put money on it now, I'd guess that we're not going to win the league. We've got Champions League football, which we didn't have last year. We've got a small squad. I would say a solid finish in the like second or third, good season. Plus, if we get to quarterfinals, I think, of the Champions League, I think that'll be a successful season. But we're off the mark. Good win, boys. Well done. Jordan, stop being mean. I just want to check my stats, see how we're looking. What would be as our reputation? 4? Almost 4. We're a nipple off 4. Okay, so that shows where we are. We need another good season to get into the top echelons. How's the club? How's the club doing? The board, I mean. They're happy. That's going to be good. Team dynamics, very good. People. I can't believe some people, like Capiello and Zalocci, still don't support me. You know, he won the league last year. Just thought I'd mention it. First time, 20 years. No support? All right, fuck you. Right, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of the transfers. Am I a genius, or have I just made the biggest mistake in this year's Journeyman? You don't have to answer. See you later. Bye-bye.